Hey guys, hope everything's going well. Hope you had a nice Christmas for those that celebrate Christmas, and for those that have other holidays. I hope you had a nice holiday season. And I want to tell you one gift that I got during this holiday season. It's a magnifying glass. This is what every wife needs to buy for their husband that is into grading cards. You could easily look at the corners. You could easily look at the sides. You could check out the centering better. And this is probably one of the great gifts for every card collector out there. Now, I wanted to look at this strategy that I have going into this football playoff season. And we know baseball is a few months away, and I'm a huge baseball fan. That's probably the sport that I know the most about compared to all of the other sports. But I do watch every single sport out there, or most of them. And here's the strategy. Football season is coming to an end. And this is where, in my opinion, the card prices peak for most of the players, unless there is a person that says, I'm going to retire. Or B, you have more stimulus money, and where you could see more hot money go in. And I expect most Americans to receive the stimulus check. Now the question is when. And what sport are Americans going to be using the stimulus money for? Or sports collectors, what sport are they going to use it for? It depends on which sport is next in line. So suppose baseball starting in March, spring training, and you get the stimulus check in February, people are going to probably go into the hot players. They're going to probably go on to star stock, which I actually put in money, and I'm going to tell you what I did in a few minutes. But I'm looking to sell some of my card positions that I don't want during the offseason, because we're probably going to see a correction in some of the players that aren't doing so well. I put a card up for sale, a 2016 PSA 10 Elite Jared Goff card, because I don't see them going to the Super Bowl. They did go to the Super Bowl a few years ago, but at the time they had two decent running backs. Now they're probably going to go maybe to the second round, the furthest, in my opinion. But I don't see them doing real damage in the playoffs. And that being said, so I think it's time to take some profits in these cards. Sometimes, or some people may have Baker Mayfield cards. This may be a time to sell some of his rookie cards. They've done well. And the thing is that if you think, a player from this particular team is going to go to the Super Bowl, you may want to hold on to it. But that's a speculative bet, because what ends up happening is these cards peak for those players who are Super Bowl champions, and then the prices slowly go down. And I want to tell you a story of what mistake I made in 2019, when a lot of people were not aggressively investing in sports cards at the time. You saw a steady bull market. But I had this Patrick Mahomes rookie card that I bought. It was by accident, actually. I didn't know what the difference between an optic and an optic hollow card was. I think this is Panini. And what basically happened was this one guy sold this $130 card, and I'm like, holy crap, let me get it before Patrick Mahomes goes to the Super Bowl. This was the second round of the playoffs. They actually lost the next week against the Patriots in a hell of a game. And yes, Patrick Mahomes was the MVP, but that was already priced into the card at the time. That card, the Optic Hollow PSA 10, went all the way down to $90-something in August. So I actually was losing money for a few months. And then because Patrick Mahomes started to play well, and because card prices started to go up again in the fall time, that card eventually went to $600. He got injured, went down to $300. But then, because of this COVID epidemic, earlier this year. This was after the Super Bowl. People with stimulus money drove this card up all the way to $6,500 in August. Now that card is, I don't know, somewhere between $3,400 and $4,200, depending on the auction. So, what I'm trying to say is, you could probably wait during the off season and buy these football cards that you really want. And I'm going to be looking specifically at Aaron Rodgers cards that many people aren't looking at right now. It's the Sage Hit number 8. I have 4 or 5 PSA 10s that I gobbled up for $20, $30. And, I'm going to be holding on to them. This is not, a flip for me. Unless Aaron Rodgers does something really stupid. And I don't think he will. He'll just break up with girls like Danica Patrick. And he'll break their hearts. So that's all he's going to do. He's not a bad guy. But he's not like OJ. But all I'm saying is, for football cards, I think it's time to be patient. And it's time to sell. And with those profits, if you guys have invested tens of thousands of dollars, what I would do, or even $400, $500, some people may sell less than that. Like me, I didn't sell that much. I'm probably going to sell maybe $100 worth of football cards. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to be reinvesting some of that money in baseball cards. And I'm also looking at, what I do in the stock market. I take some of those profits and reinvest in cards. And I'm going to be looking at more baseball cards specifically, and Star Stock. All these guys on YouTube are talking about Star Stock. So I noticed this interesting trend that during the off season, especially for some of these players, one player was Kobe White of the Bulls. I don't watch a whole lot of basketball, but I did notice on the chart that his card price was $21 in June. The Bulls were not in the bubble at that time. And from $21, it went to about $89 as of this week. That's insane. So what I'm saying is, okay, we may get another stimulus check. And that stimulus check, people are going to start pouring that money in. They've already started to, pour the hot money into basketball cards. I'm not talking about the stimulus money, but if you throw in the stimulus money, right, and the baseball season is coming about in the coming months, and the basketball prices are pretty much, near a short-term top, what's the next logical thing? The next logical thing is the baseball cards probably will go higher. And I still think that we're in a bull market in the card market. I don't think it will end for at least for the next few years. Then we'll probably see a huge contraction in it. But that's always going to bring a good buying opportunity. So, baseball cards that I'm looking at right now, I did allude to this earlier, but obviously Hall of Fame guys, I'm looking at Trout cards. I'm looking at some auctions to see if any cards are great at this time. Specifically the Ginter PSA 9s and 10s from 2012. The Heritage card for Trout. But I'm also looking on Star Stock now. There aren't that many cards on Star Stock for baseball. It is loaded with basketball cards. And eventually people are going to be sending in their baseball cards. So this Kobe White card, it had over a 4-fold increase within a few months, right? So what about these guys that are stars? Cody Bellinger, accordingly, or his card has the most cards right now. His rookie card, the US 550, I believe. I bought one of them for now. And I'm probably going to flip in the March time, when spring training comes, just for a quick profit. Not for a quick profit, but, it's just a speculative bet. I bought a Fernando Tatis card on Star Stock as well. I think it's his 410, his rookie card from a few years ago. And the other day on eBay, I just bought a PSA 10 Acuna Jr. Holiday. And you know what the thing about that card was? That card price depreciated as low as 40%. And I think the market right now is figuring out that his cards are undervalued. Some of his cards are undervalued. So I just bought one for like what, $78, and it was trading at one time, I think it was $150 towards the end of the year. And so just imagine hot money just, could just raise that card price up. And, I'm not investing a whole lot in the card arena right now, but I'm just saying that, other people do speculate, do flip, and they could, easily, if they're willing to put the money and willing to, I would say, gamble, buy low and sell high, just like traders do. I trade in the stock market. I aggressively trade the stock market and the options market. That's where I take most of my money. So sometimes in order for me to stop taking a huge speculative bet in the stock market, I put into cards because it's a tangible good. It's a tangible item. You could say that Star Stock isn't because you don't have possession of that item. But, that's what I'm looking at. I'm going to be looking at some Soto cards as well. And the thing is, with Star Stock, they don't have too much supply on the website. So right now, when the supply is low, you could put in some money there, and then all of a sudden, hot money comes in beginning of the season, everyone's optimistic, price is probably going to go higher. The only thing that could stop it from going higher, I always have to say, the negative part, just as a disclaimer, because, nothing is guaranteed in life in terms of, profits. And, what if they come up with a strike? What if some of these guys have injury? So that's why I don't want to put my money all in one card, an all-in-one player. I like to diversify. Just like I'm taking some money out of the stock market, an option market, putting into cards, just so I don't have too much exposure to the stock market. Anyways, guys, let me know what players you're looking at. I told you those 4 players right now, the 4 young guys, and you could say Mike Trout is the older guy. And hopefully I make a quick profit in the coming months. What are your plans? Are you going to be using Star Stock for baseball? I know everyone's using Star Stock for basketball, but no one's talking about baseball, and I think it's a good opportunity. And, some people like day trading in cards. I'm not into that. I'm more into day trading, stocks and options, because that's my forte these days. Or I'm much better than I was in the past. So that's where I'm going to put my money at. But anyways, let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.